Congratulations, you've made it first to your first fourth round here at Wimbledon. And of course, you're responsible for taking out Lucas Rosol, who beat Rafael Nadal. So what were you able to do that Nadal wasn't?
Well, I have to say I'm very happy, of course, with my performance. I think I played a fantastic match. Somebody told me I had only 5 unforced errors, which I think is incredible on grass. And everything favored maybe a little bit my game today. It's more windy, it was a smaller court, and yeah, I was very happy, of course, with everything.
Well, it feels like we're on the high seas up here in our studio, but what did it feel like out there on court?
I played a very concentrated match. I kept my focus. I mean, the crowd was cheering for him because he played an unbelievable match, I would say, and it was dangerous. It was a tiebreaker in the third set, so it's always dangerous. A few points can change everything, but like I said, I had a great start. I think I took a little bit of the confidence that I got an early break in the first 2 sets, and yeah, it was very good.
Does he hit the ball as hard as everybody says that he does?
Well, I think I had a perfect matchup today. Every time if he hit a really hard shot, I tried to keep the ball very short and low, so he couldn't have the full swing. Like I also mentioned a little bit, the wind, he likes to stay and hit full power, and the ball is changing a little bit more when it's windy. So I think that was also a little bit that he missed more, and like I said, to keep the ball low if he's a big guy was perfect, I think.
It's important to know that you did beat Rafael Nadal in Halle as well, a couple of days after he won the French Open. So you would have also known that the chances of Lucas Rosol coming out and playing at the same level, usually a player has a bit of a letdown. So maybe difficult for you to sort of concentrate in a way, not knowing how he's going to come out.
Yeah, of course. It was very important to keep, you know, even if you get 3 winners in a row or you're not touching the ball, just to stay calm and accept what it's going to happen, because I think over the whole match he made more mistakes. I served maybe a little bit more aggressive the second serve, which was also very important. I mixed it up very well, and that's something, you know, if I also played Rafa many times, so actually you know what to expect. He's serving always the slice serve to the backhand, and I think Rosol had the perfect game. He went for the first shot very hard, and I did a little bit different. I learned from the match. Like I said, I tried to mix it up, play the many slice, which is also unusual for me because I think I have a great backhand, but against these guys, I stayed very calm and tried to hang in the tactics.
And talk about the confidence that you must have gained beating Tommy Haas in 5 sets. I was actually watching it from here because you played over in court 19. Seemed like a great match. It seems like you're serving better. I don't remember you as a big server, Philipp. Pardon me, but you're serving great.
Yeah, so far I'm very happy with my serving.
Anything changed or just a good timing?
Well, I have to say, of course, I worked on my serve because if I look my matches and my best results always compare with the serve. So even if I'm a great player on the baseline, it helps if you get 1 or 2 points in your game, which is maybe a second easy shot or a service winner. And so I talked with the coach and I always said my serve has to improve. So I worked a lot, and obviously it's at the moment it's maybe on the biggest level I reached, but I'm very happy with my service performance.
And you've chosen a Swedish coach, haven't you?
Yes, I have a Swedish coach, and I don't know, he's watching, of course, and I have to say there's Stefan Eriksson, and he's not here, but
he's not here with you?
No, he's not. I have 2
what a
coaches.
shame.
Markus Wisselsberger is here, but he has not such good memories in Wimbledon. He lost triple O against
so
Stefan
you left him behind, definitely.
So he's not coming to the tournament anymore.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have to mention that Stefan Eriksson had a tough loss to Stefan Edberg, but you did.
Yeah.
So why have you got 2 coaches?
Well, I worked last year with Miles McLagan, and it didn't went too well, so I went back to the federation, and I mean, I worked with both coaches. When I was a junior, 14 years old, I went to Munich to practice there. Stefan was my first coach, and basically when I was older, we switched a little bit. Markus, who's also here now, coached me for about 2 years. Then I tried something new. Thomas Högstedt was one of the coaches.
yeah.
So I tried something, but you know, every time I went back to them, I played my best tennis. So I'm very happy for the decision now.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, interesting how you change coaches. Obviously, you learn something from each coach. It's like when you go to school, you learn something from the first grade teacher, you learn something from the third grade teacher, at least I did.
Yeah.
And it's the same with coaches, though. You can keep them 6 months, didn't work out, but you always learn something.
Yeah, totally. Also, even last year, even when the ranking dropped a little bit, I worked very physical, very hard with Miles. So everything has something positive, and that's why, you know, I'm a player. I like to talk a lot with my coaches, and these two guys, obviously, they know me since my first, let's say, professional years, and that's why it's very important for me that we speak the same way. They know how I thinking, and I think that's one of the most important things with the coach, that he understands in this situation which you cannot practice, you know, break point, match point, something like this, how the player's reacting. So you can maybe adjust in the practice a little bit to build up more confidence in this situation.
I think that's a very important point that I actually like to bring up, because a lot of times you see a player or a coach, and the coach is trying to help a player with something he's not good at, and because the coach was good at it. But the most important thing is that you are on the same level, you speak the same, not language as in such, but you understand tennis the same way. That's the way you can help each other out.
That's true. I was hoping to change something in my game, because, you know, I had good career, always around 30, but I was looking for the next step. So I was thinking maybe international coach with a lot of experience with Miles, that he can change a little bit in my game to improve. But basically it happened the other way. I lost my strengths because we're not talking, like you say, the same game plan, and so I lost a little bit the confidence in my usual game. And that's why it was the right decision to come back and work with my former coaches.
One of your greatest strengths is that beautiful single-handed backhand. I mean, who taught you that backhand? And also, it's so lovely to see single-handed backhands out there on the tour. Will we continue to see single-handers, do you think? Is there still a place for it on the tour? Or do you wish that you'd been a double-hander?
Well, in some parts, of course, I think both the double-handed backhand or the one-handed backhand, everything is special, you know. I think sometimes it's easier to play on faster courts with the double-handed backhands because the grip and everything, the motion is very short. But I can generate a lot of speed with my single backhand, and I mean, I'm not so famous, but the only thing that people come to me and say, I have one of the best backhands in the world. So that's something which is
we're going to have another
funny.
look at it right here, because we can enjoy
it's
enjoy
a
it.
beautiful shot.
It seems almost, it's so natural. It's almost like a golf swing. You hit it so well.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I never had two hands on my racket, so I think that's something. I have such a really good timing on this side, maybe a little bit better than on the forehand side, but it's so natural. Like somebody you can say is. That's my best shot, I would say.
And also, I guess the ability to also come underneath. We saw quite a lot of slice backhands in that last rally, but that's an added advantage, isn't it, to be able to hit that slice backhand the way you do?
Yeah, because maybe you work a little bit on both, because I think if you have a single-handed backhand, it's very hard to reach the balls up here. So that's why it's really tough on clay to play against Nadal. Every time you have to run so early to the ball and to adjust the height of the ball. So that's why we practice also the slice a lot, which is maybe sometimes better, like for Djokovic, to take the balls higher with the two-handed backhand.
I was just saying, how aggressive can you be off the return of serve with the single-handed backhand? Because that's one of the hardest things. It's one of the easier things for like the double-handers up high, isn't it, to really be aggressive? How easy is it for a single-hander to be aggressive off
Well,
that?
I have to say it's not that hard. I think I return very well on the backhand. But
you have to have strength in
Well,
the other arm.
You're actually one of those few players who return with the same side of the racket.
no, I changed that.
You changed that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I
But
switched
you
now.
were then.
That's true. I always waited
Right.
on the backhand side, so maybe that's one reason, because I was always early enough to.
You played with the same side of the racket?
Yes, and I
There
was
and
waiting
there.
on this side all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
So I changed just this way.
Wow,
And then,
it's like a windshield wiper.
yeah,
Yes.
it's true. But obviously, I had some problems on the forehand,
Yeah.
especially on faster serves or faster surfaces, that I was a little bit late. So I changed now. I'm waiting in the middle, But I'm happy because now I'm returning much better on the forehand side.
Okay, now I believe you've got Brian Baker in your next round. So how much do you know about Brian Baker? Because he seems to have emerged from absolutely nowhere after all his surgeries, and he's like, we've called him the bionic man because he's been rebuilt his body.
Yeah.
But what do you know about him?
Not so much actually. I also heard the stories that he was a very talented junior. He was very good. Very unlucky with all the problems he had, and he had a couple of surgeries.
Yeah.
Of course, now he has a lot of confidence. Went through the qualies, won 3 matches. Of course, he's very dangerous. I think if a player is on the other side with a lot of confidence, it's even tougher to play against him than a guy who's ranked high but without confidence. So I'm very aware that it's going to be a very tough match, even if it's not the big name, but for sure he's a big guy, and he's improved his ranking in the past weeks a lot.
But I guess it's better for you, isn't it, rather than being up against one of the big seeds, to have a sort of a potential draw opening up against somebody like Brian?
Of course, yes. The chances, I would say, it's 50-50. If you play Roger, is always high 90s for him and lower ones for me. But of course, it's a great chance for both of us. But I try to enjoy. It's the first time, last 16 in Wimbledon. Would be great to join other people in the last 8 club, but that's something you just have in the back of your mind.
Yeah. Now we've had so many wonderful guests here, haven't we, over the last week or so? And we always say to them, okay, well, that's the tennis done. So what do you like to get up to away from the courts, if you have any time at all?
Well, yeah. So far the weather was great. I always could play on schedule, but honestly I have to say I was very lazy. I just practiced, went back to the hotel and relaxed, played some cards, some games, but I never went somewhere in London. So
are you staying close by? Because a lot of players have sort of taken houses close by, or are you in town?
I'm not really in town. I'm on the Battersea side, so it's about 15 minutes by car, but it's pretty okay. And it's a very nice hotel. It's new, so I just enjoy to be there, relax. I'm a very calm person. I don't need to do something special. So now I'm gonna keep my routines, of course. And,
yeah. Are you superstitious?
No, not really. But
No.
I try to keep, the same rhythm. But it's if you do something right, I think has nothing to do with superstitious.
Any lucky meals you've been eating? Heather Watson was in here. Should I have to have scrambled eggs and smoked salmon every breakfast because that's my winning breakfast?
Yeah, I do.
Yes?
Sometimes have the same things.
Yeah.
We have close by. We have a Thai restaurant, so I always eat chicken and coconut milk and some rice.
Okay,
so,
quite spicy.
Yeah, a little bit of spice.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Red curry, but great. I eat it. Hopefully a couple more times.
And of course, you don't have to worry about the European finals either now that Germany went out to Italy.
Stop rubbing it in.
Yes, well, how sad was that? Was that very unexpected?
Yeah, I think for many of us it was unexpected. I think the German team did very well before that. The record against Italy was always bad, so it is in sports. Sometimes it's crazy. I think the Italians played a really great match. Almost no mistakes, very dangerous in the offense. And yeah, unfortunately, our team didn't put the best team together, and that's sometimes in sports. And I'm gonna watch, of course, the finals.
Yeah.
I bet you're a good footballer yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, not good. I can run well, I can defend well, but I'm not a big dribbling expert on the ball.
No, okay, but you're an expert on the tennis court, and you certainly played very well this week. Well, we wish you the very best of luck in your next one. Thank you so much for joining us, and
Thanks a lot.
enjoy the rest of your time here in Wimbledon. Hope you come back again.
Hopefully.
Okay.